yeah, sport mode rips on this thing. That's crazy.
Hey up, hey up, hey up. Hey up, hey up, hey up.
Last week, I took a trip to Kentucky to visit RideNKY, an Indian dealer that allowed me to ride a bunch of motorcycles. Just like the review with Triumph motorcycles, which you can find here, I'm gonna ride each motorcycle and give a very brief spec and features overview. I'm gonna rate each motorcycle from 1 to 10 for comfort, speed, design, cost, and features, and then give an overall score.
I am here at Indian Motorcycles in Walton, Kentucky, and I'm gonna ride a bunch of bikes. The first bike I'm riding is the 2025 Indian Scout Bobber. I'm going to take it up the parking lot and we'll take a closer look in just a minute. It is super cold today, so I am going to have to double glove this. I want to say it's 40 degrees out right now, and there's a little bit of a breeze, but we're going to power through because any day to ride motorcycles is a good day. This has a touch screen system, which I think is crazy. I've never seen that on a motorcycle before. All right, it's just got the stock exhaust. I didn't check that before. I like these bar end mirrors. The clutch is very smooth. Cool. I like this matte red color. That looks really good. The Scout Bobber is really smooth. It's got a nice rumble to it. Very nimble, easy to maneuver. Feels pretty quick. I don't usually like leaning forward this much on motorcycles, but this one doesn't feel too bad. I like this bike. I just feel like it needs to be a little bit more loud. The exhaust is super quiet, which some people might like. I like quiet exhausts on adventure bikes, but on a cruiser like this, I'd like to hear it a little bit more. I think most people probably feel that way, which is why you see so many bikes with aftermarket exhausts on them. Bam, would you look at that? Cruise control set. I love cruise control. I know a lot of people use those wrist saver things, but I would prefer cruise control over that any day. This whole digital deal, I'm not sold on yet. I could get used to it, but I don't know what I feel about it. I think you can scroll through with this. Yeah, okay. So shows you the range and, oh, it's got temperature on it. That's kind of cool. Information about the current ride. Oh, it's got navigation. I bet it doesn't work that great. It might though. What else do we have? And then the speedometer. And it is touchscreen, so I would probably want it right here actually. Let's try it right here.
Here's a quick spec breakdown of the 2025 Indian Scout Bobber. It has a 1250cc liquid-cooled V-twin coming in about 111 horsepower with 522 pounds of torque. The one that I rode in this video is the limited trim, so it has a couple features that the standard trim does not have, including the digital touchscreen display, which is analog on the standard version, as well as a keyless startup, the ability to change from tour to standard to sport mode. I want to say the last differences are the color schemes and cruise control. Other than that, it's basically the same exact bike as the standard. Here's some differences between the 2024 Scout Bobber and the 2025 Scout Bobber. The 2025 Scout Bobber has an updated engine. I believe this is running the Speed Plus engine with 1250cc and 10 extra foot-pounds of torque compared to the 2024's 1133cc, which is also a V-twin. So right off the bat, the 2025 model is probably going to be faster than the 2024 because you have higher torque, more horsepower, and I want to say it's like 10 pounds lighter. The 24 Scout Bobber should do 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in about 3.7 seconds, so I can only imagine the 25 is a little bit faster. What else is different? Oh, they added about half a liter more gas in the 2025, so you get 3.5 gallons instead of 3.3 gallons. And the 25 also has a consolidated 2-in-1 exhaust, which the 24 did not have. The last difference is the price. The 24 came in at $12,249 starting out, and the 25 starts out at $12,999, so about a $750 price increase.
This is a smooth motorcycle. I like this a lot. Downshift's really smooth. Accelerates nice. I think this even has different ride modes. I I don't know if I've got enough time to do it. Let's see. Bike? No. Okay, let's see here. This button? Back? How do I go back? Controls? Ooh, yeah, we have ride. We have rain, standard, and sport. Let's try sport mode. See what that feels like. Oh, quite a bit different. Oh yeah, that's definitely a major difference. Oh, I can feel that really pulling. On some bikes, you can't tell much of a difference between rain, regular, and sport mode. This one absolutely has a very strong difference between standard and sport mode. The Indian Scout, great motorcycle. Very comfortable, very fast. I like the features that you have options for in here. I don't know that I would use a lot of them. I like the LED lights. I like the look of the bike. If I was going to buy this bike, I would immediately upgrade the exhaust and then put some mini ape hangers on here because I don't like to lean forward too much. Even on a bobber like this, I want to kind of lean back or be upright. This engine is fantastic. The brakes are great. The suspension is awesome. I like the color. I don't have anything bad to say about this bike. This is a really cool bike.
I rode the Scout Bobber, I gave my final thoughts, and now I'm going to rate it out of 10. For comfort, I gave this a 7.5 out of 10. I don't really like to lean forward too much with motorcycles, but because the forward controls were placed in the location that they were placed in, I didn't feel too uncomfortable, so I thought it was pretty nice. For speed, I gave this an 8 out of 10. It's a quick bike. It does 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. I was not able to take these out on a track or away from traffic, so I wasn't able to really push it, and it's also not my motorcycle, but I could tell, especially in sport mode, that bike really wanted to get moving. For design, I give this another 8 out of 10. I like bobbers. I think the Scout Bobber is great the way it is, and I can also see how you could shape it into being very customized and look exactly the way that you want it to. Really cool bike. For cost, I give this another 8 out of 10. For a 1200cc bobber style motorcycle, I think that $13,000 is a very fair price, especially for what you get with this bike. For features, I gave this an 8.5 out of 10. This is based on me riding the higher trim level. If I was riding the standard one, I think this score might be a little bit lower. I wasn't a huge fan of the touchscreen, but it was really bright and all the features on the inside of it were great. Overall score is 8 out of 10. If I was gonna buy this bike, I would be happy with it exactly off the lot, except I would change the exhaust and put some mini ape hangers on it, but that's just a personal choice. This is an ad! Do you ride motorcycles? Have you ever thought it would be nice to make a quick phone call while riding, or talk to your friends that you're riding with, or maybe listen to music? Then you should check out Cardo systems. Cardo has a variety of Bluetooth devices that work with virtually any helmet. You can pair them with your friend's Cardo units so you can communicate while you're on group rides. You can pair it to your phone so your wife can call you to get milk on the way home, or listen to some music on a long ride. Check out cardosystems.com and use the code SUSHI for 10% off.
Promo code wa Sushi desu. Just like with Triumph, I am gradually stepping up, and right now I'm about to ride the brand new Indian Chief Sport RT.
When I'm talking in this video, I continuously call it the Chief Sport and not the Sport Chief. It's the Sport Chief RT. Sorry about that.
Much larger bike with a lot more features. You have the touring bags and everything, and these crazy loudspeakers that I have not tested out yet. We'll see if we can give that a try. I'll do a spec breakdown outside of this. I just want to get riding right now. Ooh, much better sound right here. Okay, so the setup with this touchscreen is very similar. I'm not going to go through the menu right now. I kind of like the seating position on this a little bit more than the Scout Bobber. I feel like my feet aren't as far forward, and I like that the handlebars are a little bit closer to me, but I don't know, this feels a little odd to me. I can't put my finger on it. This feels about as nimble as the Scout Bobber did, but this really wants to get moving. I can tell it's got a lot more torque to it. That engine sounds nice. If only I could get away from cars that are going slow. Oh, the suspension on this was not ready for that. I didn't realize how big that was going to be. Ouch, that hurt. Let's go a little bit slower over this one. That felt quite a bit better.
This was a brand new motorcycle, and I actually had to sign something with Indian directly and not with the dealership to ride this, so I was not able to push this anywhere close to what I wanted to. Trust me, I really, really wanted to go fast because this bike really, really wanted to go fast. Here are the specs on it though. An 1890cc air-cooled Thunderstroke 116 V-twin engine is pushing 691 pounds of dry weight. The top speed, horsepower, 0 to 60 and everything like that are kind of unavailable. I was not able to find any information online, probably because it's a brand new bike. But online it does say it has 120 foot-pounds of torque. I don't know if that's accurate. Maybe it's a little higher, maybe it's a little bit lower. It has a giant Bluetooth speaker. It's got locking hard saddlebags. It's got the Brembo dual disc brakes, front inverted KYB telescopic fork. The rear has dual Fox shocks with that's a mouthful. The rear has dual Fox shocks with piggyback reservoirs, and the tank is 4-gallon or 15.1 liters. MSRP starts at $22,499.
I should have checked this before we left, but I want to see what setting we're on right now. Are we on sport mode, or how do I get to that again? Controls. Standard, sport. Ooh, yeah, let's try sport. This thing already wanted to get up and move in standard mode. I wonder what sport mode's going to feel like. Oh yeah, sport mode rips on this thing. That's crazy. You know, one thing about this cluster I don't like right now is that I can't easily see how much gas there is in here. I hope I don't just stop on the side of the road somewhere. Let's go to tour mode and just see how that feels. All right, where's my gas? Okay, no, I'm full. I got a full tank. We're good. All right. It doesn't show that here, does it? No, I don't see it anywhere. So if you want to see how much gas you got to stay on this one. And that one doesn't show it. Okay, I've switched to tour mode, and I'm curious how that would feel. Tour mode definitely feels a bit slower. I really wanted to gun it in front of that truck, but this is a new bike. It's not mine. I'm not going to do that. I kind of want to put it back on the regular riding mode though. Let's go standard. I do like that I can just touch that really quick and I don't have to be stopped. I feel like there's a lot of vehicles that, unless you are completely stopped in park, will not let you adjust things. I know you shouldn't do it when you're riding or driving, but if I'm just pressing something really quick, I don't want to have to stop on the side of the road to do that. My hands are so cold right now, but such a fun ride. I really, really like this motorcycle a lot. I like the color scheme, just like the Indian Scout. Looks like it's the exact same color. This engine, fantastic. I like how small this fairing is right here. I wouldn't be mad if there was a larger one, but in general, it didn't bother me. This did nothing for the wind, though. I don't really know what the point for this was. I didn't feel any difference. If I was a bit shorter, maybe this fairing and tiny little windscreen would have made a difference, but I did not really feel much. The front brakes on there are fantastic. The acceleration is great. The engine sounds phenomenal. The suspension is a little tight, but I think you can adjust that, so that's not really a problem. Great, great bike. I really like this one a lot.
From what I was told, this motorcycle is Indian's response to the Lowrider S from Harley Davidson. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to ride a Lowrider S and then compare it to this one, but I would really like to do that in the future. The Indian Sport Chief RT has been ridden. I've given my final thoughts. Here come the scores. For the comfort of the Chief Sport RT, I gave this an 8 out of 10. I was more comfortable on this motorcycle than the Indian Scout Bobber. I think just for my size, having the handlebars up a little bit higher was perfect. For speed, I gave this an 8.5. It would have been higher if I was able to really push it and feel it, but just based on the numbers I was feeling and how I could feel when I pushed it into sport mode especially, this is a pretty quick bike. I would have really loved to open it up, but again, brand new bike, not mine. I'm not paying $22,000 if I crash it. For design, I actually give this bike a little bit lower score at 7.5 out of 10. This is not a bad looking bike. 7.5 is still a very good score, but I thought that it was too similar to a Scout that was slightly changed, and I would have liked to see a completely different look. But keep in mind, a lot of people give way too high scores for everything. If it's above a 5, that means that I like it. For cost, I give this 7 out of 10. $22,000 for a motorcycle is pretty steep, although this is a sport cruiser and a lot of people trick it out to do stunt biking with, but I still think that the price is a little bit much. For features, I give this 8 out of 10. The digital cluster on the Sport Chief RT was identical to the Scout Bobber Limited, or at least I think it was. It looked identical to me. And I think it had virtually the same additional features as the Limited Scout Bobber did, which were all great. But I didn't see anything on that bike that jumped out at me that said, wow, this is something that I have never seen on a motorcycle before. Overall score for the Indian Sport Chief RT is 7.8 out of 10. I am just your average Joe motorcycle rider. I am not a stunt bike rider or anything like that. If I was, I might have rated this a little bit different, but for me, 7.8 out of 10 is still a very cool motorcycle.
And now we have the Indian Challenger. This may or may not be a direct competitor with the Road Glide. I don't know if it was intentionally a direct competitor, but it really looks like one. It's got the same kind of design on the front with the fairings that have stuff that opens up right here with the speakers right there. The whole front fairing to me looks very similar. It's got the same floorboard style. The handlebars are a lot different though, because it's hidden behind this screen. You can't put T-bars or anything like that on here. I personally don't like T-bars, so that would not bother me at all, but if you like T-bars, the Challenger is probably not for you. Now the battery on this was dead, so it was just jumped, and we can't let it die or I might have to have somebody come pick me up. Oh, I like this seat a lot more already. It's much more comfortable. I mean, the Road Glide was comfortable, but this one is even better. So this is a 2023, I believe? Maybe 2022? I can't remember.
This is actually the Indian Challenger Limited, and it is a 2023. RideNKY currently has this used Challenger on their website for $21,999. It has about 1,100 miles on it.
This one sounds a lot better in my opinion. I think I can actually adjust that screen with this button right here. Maybe not. What am I doing? Oh, that's zooming in and zooming out. Oops. There we go. Lower that down quite a bit or bring it up. Looks like it was already on the highest setting. I'm getting a little bit of wind buffeting at the top of my helmet, but it's not unbearable. Now this is the updated trim level of Challenger, I believe, from what I was told. I can't say what all of the stuff is off the top of my head while I'm riding, so I'm gonna have to do that in my office.
The Indian Challenger Limited has a couple features that are mainly bougie comfort features that the regular Indian Challenger doesn't have, but performance-wise, engine-wise, it's the exact same bike. Okay, hold up. The Indian Challenger Limited actually might have a different exhaust, not necessarily a better one, but a different exhaust system as its overall package upgrades.
I don't know if this is all stock or not, but this sounds really good. I think this is the stock exhaust though. Oh, I love this bike. I love this bike. This bike is awesome. And it handles so well for a big bike.
The 2023 Indian Challenger Series starts at $26,499 for the base model, and the limited version is $27,499 as a starting price. The engine on the 2023 Challenger is a liquid-cooled Power Plus 1768cc, pushing 128 foot-pounds of torque and 122 horsepower. Online, it says these things will do 0 to 60 in about 4.1 seconds. You've got a 6-gallon or 22.7 liter gas tank. The dry weight is 805 pounds. It's got inverted telescopic forks and Fox single adjustable shocks.
Man, this thing is great. I love that sound. This screen went really dark and I can't see anything on it. I wonder if it's because the battery was dead. Maybe that's what's going on. I really like that it's got the analog speedometer though. I don't like everything being constantly electronic. My CF Moto is all electronic and I wish it was analog. I like the combination of both of these. This is a pretty loud bike, but it sounds so good and it's not obnoxiously loud, so I feel like I could probably stand this on a pretty long ride. I mean, when I go on long rides anyways, I wear earplugs, so it's not like it would really bother me that much. This is a heavy bike, and I did start to kind of lean it over a little bit a second ago, but I mean, it's really not that bad. That being said, I do weigh like 225 pounds, so it's not like I'm a small person. Oh, I love it. This thing just is so responsive. I'm not sure if this is an electric throttle or not, but it kind of feels like one. Oh, I went into neutral. How dare I? Such a newbie move. I rode this around for a while, and I'm hoping that the battery is charged, but I'm not going to chance it right in the parking lot and have to walk it 500 feet to the door, so I'm going to leave it running. What do I think about this? Oh, look at that. It's even got an LED on the front fender. That's cool. Anyways, as you can probably already guess, I absolutely love this motorcycle. Out of all the bikes I've ridden today, this one right here is absolutely my favorite. It's comfortable. I felt very confident riding it. It was just like a very ergonomically perfect bike for me. I don't know how else to explain it. The engine sounds great. I love it. Sissy bar would be great to put a big backpack on. The bags right here are a very good size. I like this front fairing a lot more. I don't like the wind buffeting I was getting at the top of my helmet, but I'm sure if I kind of mess with some stuff here and there, I could probably get that to go away. Maybe a little extender at the top. I don't know. It's not a big deal to me.
Obviously, I was in love with this motorcycle, so get ready for some pretty high scores. For comfort, I gave this a 9 out of 10. I don't think I've ever rode another motorcycle that was this comfortable, besides maybe a Honda Goldwing. But even then, I think this one could definitely give it a run for its money. For speed, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Now keep in mind when I'm scoring these, it's not speed overall out of every motorcycle, it's speed for motorcycles in this category. I think this is a very fast touring bagger motorcycle, so it's got a pretty high score. For design, I gave this a 9 out of 10. There was nothing about the design of this motorcycle that I did not enjoy. For cost, I give this a 7.5 out of 10. There are more expensive motorcycles that are in the same realm. There's also less expensive motorcycles that are in the same realm that might not do the same thing, but might do it pretty close. This is a very expensive motorcycle, but that being said, for what you get in this bike, I think this is a very solid price. 7.5 out of 10 is a good number. For features, I gave this an 8 out of 10. I do have to say that I wasn't able to go through all the menu settings on the LCD screen because the screen went dark because the battery was dead, but everything I read online and everything I was able to access, phenomenal. Really liked it. Overall score for the 2023 Indian Challenger Limited was 8.3 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic big bike. Loved the colors, loved the sound, loved the features, loved the handling, loved everything about it. Indian, if you want me to ride one, you could send me one for free and I'll put it in every single video. Just kidding. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have a comment about something I said you didn't appreciate, something that you like about this video, please let me know in the comments. It's very helpful. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's all I got. So anyways, thanks. Bye.